Everybody already know Microsoft bought Activision Blizzard, and Activision Blizzard has some top IPs in the video game world: Call of Duty, Overwatch. I didn't know they had Crash Bandicoot, Spyro. I did not know they had Guitar Hero. So the big question is what's going to happen now that Microsoft owns all these IPs? Are they going to make them strictly Microsoft exclusives, or are they going to make a deal with Sony where these IPs will still release on both systems? And Ryan, I'm gonna put this out here. Ryan has been arguing with everybody, and they mammy on this right here. So let's put it out in the public. What you got, Ralph?
So I would say, to get into it, I can see Microsoft after that contract is up over Call of Duty with Sony. I can see them trying to take control of Call of Duty titles. Reason why is because Sony has had Call of Duty for years, releasing, exclusively on PlayStation, and maybe it might just be time for a change. And that could be one of those things to where, okay, it's time to, see what we can do with Call of Duty titles and how can we make it more exclusive. And also, Microsoft has the Game Pass, which has, I believe, like 25 million subscribers right now. And imagine all of Call of Duty's titles back from the first Call of Duty to current Call of Duty games all being on Game Pass.
There we go.
Like that right there would be nice to have.
So here's my counter question.
From a shooter's, yeah.
Here's my counter question. Do they have to make it a Microsoft exclusive to put it on Game Pass?
No, I would say no. Let me finish. I would say no.
I got that.
Let me finish. I would say no because I feel like Microsoft has been trying to work with Sony to get like more games kind of, I guess parallel in a sense to where, okay, we can still have both these games and people are going to stay divided between which console is better. But that doesn't have to be the same with games, in my opinion.
I don't
The
even
console,
think I don't even think it's a console war. I saw some on Twitter. They specifically said that this is not, at this point, this is not a war of consoles. Maybe it used to be back in the day. At this point, it's not a war on consoles. This is a war on content.
There we go. And let me put y'all on to something. Cause Ralph, you kind of on the same page. You think they're going to make it exclusives, right?
I would say yes.
So here's the thing. Now let me give y'all some history of Xbox, because a lot of people who are watching this may have not been an Xbox fanboy, quote unquote, for the long run. When Phil Spencer came in with the original Xbox, and you gotta look at Microsoft business plan, they always wanted to future proof, bro. They always wanted to future proof. The OG Xbox One, always plugged up, always connected to internet. Folks are like, rah 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 rah. Why we do that? Why we do that? Jump a few years ahead, that's pretty much all of our technology now. Always got to be plugged in, always connect to the internet for you to even have access to the content. And then Microsoft, they introduced Game Pass. They say Game Pass, we want it to be the Netflix of gaming. It seems like everything's going digital. People don't even buy hard copies anymore. They said this years ago. Years ago. They said we want to create the Netflix of gaming. Jump a few years ahead. They said, and people was complaining. We saw the last gen. Xbox ain't got no exclusives. Why we even pay for Game Pass? You know what? We got you. All of our exclusives are on Game Pass. Guess what? All new exclusives, they will be released the same day of release day on Game Pass. They proved it with Halo Infinite. Also, going back a little bit, they created like 13, 15 new studios under Microsoft Studios, revamping old brands and all this new stuff, trying to get their exclusives. That was like 3 years ago. We're starting to see the fruits of their labor with Fable and a few others. In recent time, I think like last year, they bought ZeniMax, parent company to Bethesda. That's Elder Scrolls, Skyrim, Fallout, Doom. And people is like, oh my gosh, they're buying one of the biggest RPG publishers out there. they're not gonna make them exclusive. No, after that acquisition was complete, oh, the future Elder Scrolls game gonna be an exclusive. In fact, Starfield, which y'all heard Bethesda talking about at E3 before the acquisition, that's an exclusive too. Microsoft wants to make their content, their subscription service, number one. They bought one of the biggest publishers next to EA and Ubisoft, Activision Blizzard. Call of Duty, Overwatch, Crash Bandicoot, Spyro, World of Warcraft, and even Candy Crush. So now they got their toe in a mobile game. Huh?
Can't forget about Guitar Hero, how popular that used to be growing up.
So that's what got me. They said they were about to revamp Guitar Hero, and I was like, they're coming for blood.
Would love that.
They are coming for blood. They are coming for blood.
And here's the thing. All of the older games also are now going to be on Game Pass. It's not just the newer ones. All the older games are going to be on Game Pass. And now when they make new exclusive in those same IPs, they're going to be on Game Pass. Microsoft is basically saying right now, hey, you can own a PlayStation, but you're going to buy you a PC or Xbox. So for $5 to $7 a month, you can have a library of over 100 plus games exclusive to us. Yes, they're going to make Call of Duty an exclusive because the goal isn't just console sales, it's subscription sales. Yeah. That's the only place to pay the new Call of Duties and the old ones. They're going to make all this stuff an exclusive once the acquisition is complete. And these contracts are fulfilled. The next Call of Duties, I think they already got the contracts for Sony. Microsoft could buy them out, they could not. But over time, yes, bro, these are all going to be exclusives because they're trying to get everybody's attention. They're trying to get Game Pass subscriptions out there. For gamers, I buy Xbox. Oh my gosh, I could buy PS5. You know, these chip shortages. I don't even know what to buy. Well, here's the selling point. $500 and then $5 or $7. I forgot how much Game Pass costs. $5 or $7 a month. You got a library of over 100 plus games on Game Pass instantly. Call of Duty.
That's wild.
Halo, the two of the best shooters next to Battlefield. Overwatch, these are long-term games as a service games. Doom, Skyrim, some top RPGs. Come on now. And you think they're going to let PlayStation over time? Come on now.
I'll give it. All right. I'll give you that. I'll give you that. So, I said no, but I didn't say no because I'm a diehard PlayStation fan. Or if a new console comes out, I'm gonna buy a PlayStation or whatever. I'm seeing it as to where I can see it. I see it Ryan's way, where Microsoft just dominates the gaming industry. And at this point, if you do not have an Xbox, it's you out of luck. What are you playing games on? If you don't have an Xbox or PC.
Yeah.
Are you really involving yourself in the game industry? Because at one point in time, it was the same thing with Nintendo. If you didn't have this certain Nintendo console, what were you doing? So I can see it from that end. The other end, the reason I'm saying no is that I can see Microsoft trying to tackle the gaming industry from both ends. Not only are they controlling the content in-house, they're controlling the content on other consoles. They're making Sony work for this shit. So yes, we can make this contract to where we'll release these, we'll give you these games. But it's the comeback. So maybe they upcharge PlayStation for these games. And then at the same time, the sales. Everybody who's buying all of these properties that Microsoft now owns on PlayStation, it's still going to them. They're tackling it on two fronts. It's the same thing. The analogy I want to put it to is the same thing with Universal and Disney. Universal has had their Marvel section and Islands of Adventure since I knew what Islands of Adventure was. Disney owns Marvel, but they're not getting rid of the rides and the content in the theme park because it's giving them money. Even though this is a different studio, a different theme park, sales, they're still, because when they go to the Marvel stuff and then they go buy Spider-Man content or Iron Man stuff or whatever, when they watch these movies, the money is going to Disney. So I said no because this might be an opportunity for Microsoft to tackle the gaming industry in-house and outside of house. That's the only reason I said no. But if they wanted to basically take over the whole thing and just make it Microsoft owns gaming, I can see that side too. But it depends on the vision. It depends on the vision. If they want to completely just kick Sony out of the game, I'm with Ryan. But if they want to take it on both fronts and get that coin, they gonna make some deals. They may not get all of the games, but they gonna get some hitters.
Yeah.
To keep these PlayStation buyers interesting.
See, and I get that perspective, but it's also like I also got to look at Microsoft as a tech company. Microsoft's Xbox division is solely that, a division. And when you look at a lot of tech companies, they do this thing where they create their own ecosystem. And they want all of their consumers to be in their ecosystem. You see it with Apple. Apple still got all their they are not adopting, I think it's RSS feed or whatever in their messages. Hence why when an Android user gets in a group message, we get, oh, so and so liked insert full text message or love and excited and all that good stuff. And here's the thing, that could easily be fixed. Like Apple, like there's conversation about that now. That could easily be fixed to where an Android user or any other phone user, the two popular ones, Android and Apple, could easily see that feed the proper way. However, they don't, because it is so much easier to say, stay in my ecosystem. Come to my ecosystem that I created. Same with even the battle of smart devices with Google and Amazon. You get on Amazon, you can't buy a Google Nest Hub or none of that. And guess what Google did? They said, since y'all don't want to sell our product and shift up the algorithm to where they see both Google and Alexa, guess what? Alexa don't got access to YouTube because that belongs to Google. Come stay in our ecosystem. So when I look at Microsoft, when I look at Xbox v Sony, I mean Xbox v PlayStation, it's no longer Xbox v PlayStation. It's Microsoft the company versus Sony the company, because Microsoft pretty much dominates the PC world. Yeah, a lot of people got Macs and MacBook and everything. Apple has their brand and they're well known for it. But when it comes to PC gaming, it is still very much more common to game on Windows. Microsoft is basically saying, if you want the best gaming experience, you want to enjoy gaming to its fullest, Game Pass on either a Microsoft operated PC or Xbox console, which is branded by Microsoft. They're pretty, from my perspective, based off what they do and what tech companies do, and overall, they're trying to dominate. They saying come to Game Pass.
But that's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. But they can still involve Sony, because what I was saying before is that yes, you can have this PlayStation. Like if you want a full gaming experience, either get you a PC or Xbox console, just like you said right there. If you want to keep this PlayStation, we might slide you a couple games, but if you want the real deal, come buy this Xbox.
All right.
So they'll still be getting minimum sales, but I think it's going to eventually turn into what you're saying, is that if they if they keep the contract with Sony, but they limit the amount of exclusives that can go to PlayStation, you're going to eventually have PlayStation users that are going to start converting into PC gamers and Xbox console owners, because now their gaming experience is limited. I can have this PS5, but my experience is limited. So it could either they shut them out completely, or they can do the strangler method where they just strangle Sony out of the game.
Right. And even short term right now, you gotta think about it. With these chip shortages, the demand for next gen consoles has nowhere near matched the supply. They've been out for like 2 years or whatever, and the chip shortages have affected everybody. There's a lot of people, especially the folks who can't afford to build a PC. It's not just you can do it for cheaper, but the folks who can't even afford to do that right now, they don't have a PS5 or an Xbox Series X. So in their minds, they're like, dang, they're still like, once these become more readily available, what do I buy? Even short term, Microsoft benefits from saying these are going to be exclusives, because right now, where not everybody who wants a new gen console can get it, not even because of finances, but because of supply versus demand.
You know,
that's a system seller.
I feel you that on that front too, because everybody does not have the new Xbox and everybody does not have the PS5. But I will tell you that majority of the population has a computer.
Right.
So, like you said, this
Gaming
X Pass
PC though
might not be a gaming PC.
I don't know.
But
they still have a computer.
But they still have a computer. So let's talk financials. Waiting and buying till the next Xbox console comes out. Upgrading my current PC to having the specs where I can play the games.
That is true. That does make a lot of sense, but we also got to take into consideration PC gaming is definitely getting there. It's definitely a lot more popular than it used to be. But at the same time, it requires a lot more effort to say, let me get my GPU, my RAM, and all that, let alone start from scratch for those who don't already got a tower PC in their room or a gaming laptop, in comparison to $500 for a box, plug it up to my TV. I ain't got to worry about it for the next 5 to 7 years.
That's true.
That's the whole reason consoles even still sell at this point. Otherwise, everybody will have a gaming PC.
That's true. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
I just see it from both fronts. That say I blew my money to build this gaming PC, and because I blew my money building this gaming PC, I can't buy an Xbox. That doesn't completely mean I'm shit out of luck for gaming. I'm just playing it on PC, and I still have access to all of the content that I would have had access to if I had an Xbox.
Right.
And then at the end, Xbox wins with that mindset because it's like, you know what? Let me just pay this $7, $10, ever many dollars, and get that Game Pass.
I'm interested to see who's going. I'm interested to see. They said they're upholding the current contracts with Sony and Call of Duty until 2023, and then after that, I'm interested to see how that's gonna turn out.
You got to give it 5 years because now that they own them, they got to develop their new games, make new IPs, bring back the old ones. Acquisitions like this take at least a whole year to even finalize, transferring copyrights, trademarks, and stuff. Give it 5 years. 5 years. Let's see what Call of Duty looking like. Let's see what Overwatch and even the new IPs, not just the old ones, the new ones that are soon to come out, looking like. And we're going to see some.
We gonna see.
All I need Microsoft to do is just get rid of Bobby Kotick. That's it. He gotta go. He need to go.
We don't need that toxicity in the industry.
He gotta go.
Yeah.
Anybody that was with him, he gotta go.
I think they said they about to clean house though after that, because everybody was concerned with the acquisition about the culture at Activision Blizzard, but they said they about to clean house, so we'll see. What's up, y'all? If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you can get more updates from the mob. For the full discussion and more discussions like this one, click the link in the description. Thanks for watching.
Rock with it, let me pop my shit. Let me pop my shit. Hands up.